Well, there it is in all its glory. After taking it for a few different drives, it runs. It did drive. Unfortunately, right now you might notice my shifter's hanging a little low. Well, I was having a hard time shifting. Might have something to do with the fact that the shifter's loose as fuck. So now it won't even shift any gears at all. So I gotta get that tightened up. I may put a different shifter on it. I got a bigger, different shifter that I kind of like more than that one. But that one is one of the ones that's got the spring-loaded front. I don't know if you can see that, but the little peg is spring-loaded, so you're less likely to break it off. So I don't know, I might keep it, but regardless, I got to put a bigger bolt through it and tighten her down good. But she runs, she drives, no brakes, runs okay. No real idle. It idles a little high for what idle it has. I tried adjusting the idle screw, it's not doing anything, so something isn't quite right there as far as that goes, but it moves around fairly decent. It's, you know, fairly quick. In low range, I didn't even put it in high because it's too easy to get away from you. Luckily, it's a damn good thing I got that kill switch hooked up, because without the kill switch, that thing would be fucking suicide. But everybody outside's just getting as much mowing in as they can before the rain. It's supposed to rain here in an hour or two, and it's looking like it's gonna. But anyways, like I said, she runs, she drives. You know, just gonna need some more work. I got the chain on it for now and all that. I gotta swap the tires. I want these tires same. Ooh, what was that? Just sat on a duck. But they're the same as this front tire. I want to put them on the back to replace these. These look like old actual factory tires, but I don't know that they were. I don't think these were factory tires, but I think these might be. These ones over here, they got the even smaller square lugs, but regardless, they are what they are. Doesn't really matter. Oh jeez, I'm gonna shit myself. I'm gonna go to the can here. But yeah, I gotta do some work to this yet. Fix that shifter issue. Try to gear up some brakes. And the bearings in the rear end, even this rear end, are fucked. The only ones that I think are any good are in this rear end that I can't get off. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna shit myself. Whew, sorry about that, guys. Just sometimes when you gotta go, and you gotta go right away. I had to go right away. Anyways, I feel much better now, and about 10 pounds lighter. Bonus. Anyways, this thing, the smoker. The Valdiser as well. The Valdez smoker, I could call it, I guess. I don't think it's gonna see too much more work done by me. It's a good bike. I mean, it has potential, but I don't have time for it. I mean, there's a lot that has to be done. Really, the engine should be tore down, put a new set of rings, at least. I'd go piston rings and chain and timing chain and guides at least, to make her right, and then get full gasket set, and then the engine would be good again. And then it needs the rear hub and the sprocket, and the chain, or the front sprocket should really be replaced. The tanks all beat to shit, the seats beat to shit. They both need to be, well, the CB need to be recovered. The tank, I don't know if it's even fixable. There's big gobs of something in it, so it had a hole on the other side where the gobs of goo are. Needs a new baffle for the exhaust, etc., etc. It needs side covers, through bolts holding the motor in, etc., etc., etc. And then I just have a shitty old Honda 200 XR200. I mean, it's not that shitty. I mean, it's a nice old bike, but do I really want to get back into bikes? Not really. I don't know if I should. I've thought about it, and I almost did. I almost went and bought some parts for this, but I wonder if it's all the best of ideas, because I already have a permanent lip from a dirt bike accident when I was younger. When I was younger, I wiped out a dirt bike pretty good and tore the shit out of my knee, and it was only a little 80. So I could really fuck myself up with this 200. Not to say I won't with a three-wheeler, but I'm a lot less likely to on a three-wheeler than I am this thing. Bikes are just too easy to dump. Where trikes and quads, they're not so bad, but they're dangerous in their own respect. A lot of people are won't even drive three-wheelers. Oh, they're so dangerous. They're death machines and they're illegal and all that shit. But which is so funny. It's not illegal. They never were illegal. I don't know where that term came from, but I hear it all the time, and I don't know why. Because they were never illegal. They just stopped making them. They tried to make them illegal at one point. They tried to ban them completely, but they couldn't do it, so they just stopped selling, made them stop making them, so they couldn't sell them anymore. Which is unfortunate, really, because, these machines aren't that bad. It's 99% user error that gets people into problems with these, and it's usually people that don't know how to drive a three-wheeler as opposed to a dirt bike or a four-wheeler. They are their own rig to drive, and that's a lot of people don't seem to understand that a three-wheeler doesn't drive like a four-wheeler. A three-wheeler doesn't drive like a bike. It drives like a three-wheeler. They have their own weird center of gravity that's very easy to throw off. I mean, it's hard to make a turn on one of these without putting it on two wheels. I do it all the time, but I do it on purpose. When you're good with them, you can ride them around on two wheels pretty easily. Not that hard, but that's when you can, or when you're, used to that kind of thing. But, like I said, I got some more work to do to this. I really wish I could get this rear end off, but one of the bolts is stuck, and I gotta get the brake hub off to get the other end of the bolt out, or a nut, or whatever it's attached to, off of it, so I can take that off of that old piece of a frame. But the problem is, it's not wanting to move, and I've heard quite a lot of stories about these brake hubs are damn near impossible to get off once they're seized, and I can see why. I'm having a hard time. I haven't got it to move yet, but I'll keep frigging with it. You never know, I might get her. If not, I'll have to tear apart or work on getting one of the other ones apart, because I do have, two more, I have 4 rear ends here altogether. So it tells me I have another one, but I don't think I do. But that one needs bearings. The one here needs bearings bad. I think this is the worst that needs bearings the worst. This one doesn't need bearings so much, but it has a broken bolt right there. So, whoa, focus. Yeah, right there, that bolt sheared right off. And I can't drill it out because the chain guard and sprocket are in the way. So I'm going to have to take the tire off, which I'm taking off anyways. Then I'm going to have to take the sprocket and chain guard off, and then hopefully I should be able to get on it straight enough so I can drill it out. I don't care if it's proper. I mean, I can retap that. I'll drill it out, retap it with a slightly smaller bolt, and work it that way. I'm happy with that, if I can get it to go in. But I'm not sure if that'll work or not. The one thing is this hub is actually the only one that I have, I think, that isn't partially disassembled, I should say. Disassembled isn't a word. But yeah, this one, you can see the original outer hub is still on. This one here, it's not. That one there, it's not. And this one here, it's not. So that might make it a little easier to come apart. I don't know. Of course, this one will probably come all apart, no problem, but it doesn't need the bearings. It needs other things. But we'll see. If the bearings are good in that and I can get another one apart, I'll take the bearings out of that if I have to and put them in another one, just to have that bolt not sheared. But again, that's not happening right now by any means. Actually lightening up. It's a little nicer now than it was. I picked up some muffler cement. Look at this guy. He's got a teardrop for a head. Poor guy. He's carrying a muffler. But yeah, it's just friggin' muffler cement. I think I mentioned to you guys how I geared up the exhaust with the bicycle seat post there. Well, it still leaks a bit, so I'm just going to pack her full of muffler cement, put her back together, tighten everything up, and harden it on, and then that way shouldn't have a problem with that anymore. And yeah, I'm soon going to be done with this bike though. almost to its completion. I mean, certain things it'll need even when I'm done, but like it's gonna need brakes. It's gonna be the first thing. I might try to get them fixed, but it's gonna need a few other things. You know, big thing is right now is to get this gear shift working again and make sure that it's not gonna. It does kind of stick sometimes and doesn't like the downshift, which is actually upshifting with these, which is another weird thing. Now, being a kid like I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, I got used to a lot of shift patterns because back then, when a lot of bikes were newer and the trikes and all that, they were all different. You never knew what you were going to get when you were getting a bike when you were a kid. You know, some Yamahas had one shift pattern, some Suzuki's had a different one. Some were all up, some were all down. Some were the classic Honda, you know, one down, the rest up. You know, there's a bunch of different ones. So yeah, I kind of got used to that, but it's weird. I'm not used to, like I'm used to every time I want to give her some more jam and shift through the gears to pull it up, and I keep fucking going to give it power and back come onto the throttle and I downshift and fucking it's like, oops, wrong way. Gotta go the other way with that, but you know, it'll take a little getting used to, I guess, but I'll figure it out. I figured now soon I'm going to start looking at my next engine I'm going to put together. Now that this one's together and somewhat functional, soon time to start building the next one. So I'm going to see. I may even steal the chain, or at least the master link off the chain of the XR. That'll give me another chain, which means I should be, if I don't have everything to make it move, I'll be damn close. But I'm pretty sure that gives me everything I need, pretty much, to make another functioning machine. So that'd be pretty geared. I'd like to have two trikes instead of one, that's for sure. Then once I get that one going, I can give it, you know, I can have a buddy come over, he can hop on one, I hop on one, we can go for a rip. Because like I said before, you know, taking a drive's fun and all, but without a buddy on another bike, it's not as fun. And I'm not near as adventurous because, you know, if I get stuck back in the woods and I'm fucked and I gotta try to drag my bike out by myself, and that's no fun. It's a lot better if you got somebody else that could at least tow you or something, right? Which I've had to do a number of times. But, yeah, I'm not sure which bike I'll actually start with when it comes to this. I'm gonna have to go through the bikes, see what shifts best and what doesn't. I like the shifter on this guy. I think this is the shifter I'm gonna steal for my good one now. This engine may not be in too bad a shape either. Oh, that one's welded on, isn't it? Well, I might not be using this one. Well, it might just be welded. Oh, she shifts so nice. Oh, maybe not. These old fucking things don't like to shift at the best of times, in my experience, but yeah, I got damn near enough. I should be able to, as long as I can get that pull cord spring wound, I'll even have a pull cord for it. It won't be the prettiest, and it'll be even uglier than this one, unless I build it on the 200M for it, and then the plastics will look nicer. Because I have a couple good sets of 200M plastics, but none of these E-plastics that are right, not to mention no E-seat. That's actually a 200M seat, so it doesn't actually fit. It looks like it's kind of right, but it's not. It's close to the right size, so it works. But I got to clean up in here. I got odds and sods. I got part of a stator there. There's the rest of one, a full stator. I got, you know, the pull cord basket piece, and I got to put that back on the bike. A few other odds and sods kicking around that I got to deal with. Another wiring harness that I know is good. I want to take that. That'll probably go on the next bike. Yeah. So I got a lot of work to do, and it's also Father's Day today, so I got to go see the old man and see what he's up to. He wanted a hand with a couple things, so I'm going to go give him a hand with that and spend some time with him for Father's Day. And then it's probably going to start raining, and I'll come home and play inside projects again. Maybe I'll work some more on the three-wheeler now that I know what I need to focus my efforts on. Now that I know what the biggest issues are in that. But yeah, if you guys know of any tricks or anything on how to get these hubs apart, feel free to let me know. I'll probably still be beaten at it by the time this video goes out, and I'll still be cursing, swearing, wishing that I knew some way to fucking get her done. So if you know of some way, please let me know so we can get that done. Because if I can get that out, then I'm going to take that rear end and put it in this bike, and then I'll have at least one tight rear end. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think the brake lever's still on there, so that's a good chance that the brakes might work a little bit even. And even working a little bit's a lot better than none at all. Right now it's scary without them. Well, the perfect thing is, I could show you, it's still there, isn't it? Yeah, some of it's still there. If you look closely, you'll see there's some, see this? Tree bark? I had this at the old man's yesterday. You can see, there's where it hit it. I started it without making sure it was in neutral first. And being a high idle, it took off. I was trying to stop it, but you know, these things are pretty short-footed when they want to be. So along it went, and I couldn't get to the kill switch fast enough until it drove itself up a tree. And it almost flipped over, but I kept her straight up and down anyway, shut her down, knocked it down, had to take it through a few stumps and everything, but I got it back out. No damage to the bike, but unfortunately I skunned the tree pretty bad, but that's what happens. But at least luckily I didn't have my headlight in, because it probably would have broke it, and that would have been a pain in the ass. But so far nothing's broken. Anyways guys, I know this hasn't been the most interesting of me talking. Just a little shop update, what I'm doing with my bikes and trikes, but I'm a little burnt. It's my mum's birthday was yesterday. Today's Father's Day. I drank quite a bit, so I'm a little spacey as I usually am on a Sunday morning. But anyways, I gotta get going, get some stuff done here, and stop talking before the rain flies, because I don't want to get wet doing what I'm planning on doing. So talk to y'all later, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, well, you're just fucked then. You're just fucked, and there's no help for you, and yeah, sorry bud, they might as well just pull the plug. But yeah, seriously, you know, if you don't know what to do, subscribe, and of course like, share, comment, all that stuff too, and help get the word out, make me popular. I've actually noticed lately that some of my stuff is on the up and up like it was, but I'm sure part of that's due to my videos not being quite as consistent, and also the one of my bigger videos there it's losing popularity. It's, you know, it's not surging like it was, but that happens. I mean, that's the nature of YouTube, so I'm not worried about it. It just kind of sucks, but I just got to get off my ass, make more good videos. That's all. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Ghetto Hillbilly 1 out. Somebody send me some good hand cleaner, would you? God. Just kidding. I got some. I don't know why I want people to send it to me, but I really need to wash my hands. Oh crap, where's my bike? My bike's gone. Somebody took my bike and traded it for another fucking three-wheeler. I'm addicted, boys. I've been watching too much Harvey, I think. I don't know how well you can see this, but another Honda 200. This one's an interesting one. You're not going to see this, but somebody tried to add rear suspension to this one. Looks like it didn't work so well. They also modified the front forks and put on some kind of weirdo front tire. Anyways, I'm just going to use this as a parts machine. The engine's supposedly rebuilt. I'll be taking the engine out and probably putting it in either that frame or the 200M frame, and putting that together as another bike. But apparently this motor's been rebuilt and is
Supposed to work good, though. It's funny because when I just pulled it over, it barely has any compression, but apparently it hasn't run in 5 years, so that might have something to do with it. 5 years is a long time for one of these bikes not to run, which means it probably has no oil in it or anything. Noticing the little things. There's 2 wires to something there. That's probably the start. Yeah, those were to the starter. That kind of sucks, but oh well. There's an ignition switch. The old choke, part of the old choke lever is actually still there. The headlight bucket, I don't know if it's actually for this, but it seems to work. Fits in the thingy. So that's cool. Another headlight. And it's got all the top stuff of the triple tree I need. Though I think I have most of that stuff already. It has another air box. It has another header pipe. I don't know. I don't think the rear axle is going to be any good to me. I think that's off something else, but whatever. Somebody made their own little rear box, but again, whatever. Yeah, she's a little rough, but so is that XR. That dirt bike wasn't in much better shape. It had nicer tires, and the motor did run for sure. But other than that, it was missing a lot, and just, I don't know, wasn't my thing. This bike, however, is, it's got some decent plastics with it too. And they are 200E plastics as opposed to the 200M. I think they're 200M. I'm really talking up my ass about that kind of shit because I really don't know the difference between the M, the S, and the E. I know the ES is shaft. I assume the E means electric start, and I'm pretty sure the S doesn't have electric start. I don't know about the M. The M may or may not. But yeah, there's some few extra parts too with this. An extra set of tires and an extra bottom of an air box. A couple other odds and ends. Nothing major. Just some alright things to have to add to the list. But next thing I'll have to do, I guess, is tear this motor out of this frame and stick it in another frame and start putting her all back together. And build bike number 2, and then I can race them, which would actually be pretty cool, I think. But fucking seats, I'm having problems finding good seats, boys. I got 2 good foams now for seats, but I only got 1 good platter. Well, I got 3 good foams, 1 good platter or tray or whatever the fuck you call that, but the other one's fucked, so I don't know. But anyways, I got other shit to show you with the 3-wheelers, but as usual, I'm just going 100 miles an hour here. I hope you can even see me. Looks really dark on the screen, I know. But yeah, I gotta go try to get into town and get some stuff done before the night's over and it's almost dark. So I gotta haul some ass, boys. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later and give you an update once I get into this thing more and see if I can't get her going. Hopefully it turns out a little better than the other ones, i.e. hopefully the motor's not fucked, but it rolls over, which is a good sign. It's supposedly rebuilt. I noticed that the decompression is stuck, seems to be stuck on, so maybe one of the valves is sticking, I don't know. I'll dump some oil in her, give her a few pulls, fresh gas, and see if she fires. If she fires, then into the curb she goes, or yeah. Anyways, boys, gotta go. Talk to you soon. Peace.